as you can tell by the title of the video, today I'm going to be going over deodorants. Basically, I'm going to be going over from the first deodorant that I ever used all the way to the deodorant that I use now and the one that I consider to be my holy grail. So let's get started. All right, so the first deodorant that I ever used was the Dove Powder 24-Hour Protection. And this was just a standard deodorant. It was what we had around the house. And because I didn't really buy the deodorant on my own when I was 12 or 13, I never really ventured out to seeing what other options I had. It was just whatever my mom bought at the time. And this deodorant was pretty good for me for about 10 years of my life. So I used it from the age of like 12 or 13 to like 22 or 23 years old. And it wasn't until I was about 23 years old that I really started looking at the ingredients that were in deodorants, and I discovered that I wanted to take a more natural approach. So my first attempt was with Tom's of Maine. I got the deodorant for girls and the deodorant for boys because I liked both of these scents. Now with the Tom's of Maine, it says it has no aluminum, no parabens, and no artificial fragrances. The deodorant for girls smells kind of like candy. It smells kind of like Starburst or Skittles. I really liked this scent. It's called Summer Fun. The deodorant for boys, the scent is called Freestyle, and it smells more like wild berries, which I really enjoyed. However, one thing that I quickly found out is because these did not have any aluminum, it did not provide the antiperspirant protection, which is what the aluminum in deodorant normally does. It clogs your pores so that you don't sweat through your sweat glands. So one bad thing about these deodorants was that I didn't have the sweat protection that I needed, especially during those summer days. All right, so the next deodorant that I used in my natural deodorant journey is the Arm & Hammer Essentials deodorant with natural deodorizers in the scent Fresh. So this one, it says it has no aluminum, no parabens. It contains Arm & Hammer baking soda and natural plant extracts to absorb and fight odor. Now this one, I mean, it has a fresh scent. It smells kind of like Irish Spring. I didn't mind the scent, even though it smelled a little bit more on the manlier side, but I did enjoy it. However, like I said before, and I feel like this is a theme with a lot of the natural deodorants, it doesn't provide the antiperspirant protection, and I didn't discover that until I was towards the end of my natural deodorant journey. All right, so up next in the natural deodorant journey is a brand that I actually found on Instagram, and I thought I would give them a try. It's called Primal Pit Paste. So with Primal Pit Paste, their deodorants are pretty much baking soda based, and when I ordered my package, it came with the Charcoal Magnesium Daily Detox Deodorant, and then it also came with the Lavender Scented Natural Deodorant. So basically, what this did, you used it at night, and let me just take some out. So it's kind of like a pretty thick paste where you have to kind of like dig your finger in to really get the product out. And this is what it looks like when you get it out. And then I would just get like a little amount like that, and I would rub it into my armpits like so. And this is the one that I used at night. So it was kind of more of a detox, because when you're transitioning to natural deodorants, all of the toxins that used to be trapped inside of your pores in your underarms are now open. So you can only imagine that if you don't have the antiperspirant that aluminum-based deodorants have, you tend to sweat a lot more, and then you're sweating all those toxins out, and it's not the best smelling thing. So with Primal Pit Paste, what they did was created kind of like a nightly detox, and I would put this on at night and then I would wash it off in the morning. All right, so then with Primal Pit Paste during the day, I would put this natural deodorant on right after my shower, and this is in the scent lavender. So I have one that I already almost used the entire thing. So I'm gonna show you guys this paste, and it's pretty similar to the detox paste. So you just take a little bit like that for each armpit, and you have to kind of like work it in because it kind of crumbles until you get it in and you turn it into kind of like a pasty, I guess that's why they call it Primal Pit Paste, but in kind of like a pasty consistency. So basically that's what you put on at night and then during the day after you shower. With the Primal Pit Paste, my underarms were on fire, and it kind of made them darker because I feel like it kind of burned my underarms, and they were very sensitive to the touch, and my armpits were so irritated and so raw that I couldn't even stand barely having a shirt on. So I definitely decided to not use that anymore, and I was looking into another option for natural deodorants, and I came across this company called Lumi. Now, when I was first looking at the infomercials, I thought, wow, this is amazing, because Lumi is designed to basically kill the odor-causing bacteria and prevent the odor-causing bacteria from breeding. And it was originally made for your private parts, and then they made it also for your underarms as well. So when you order Lumi, you can get a package like this where it has something that's a little bit more like a lotion, and then you have the more traditional deodorant dispenser. And that's how it comes out. And basically you have the same product in either or. So you can use this like for your feet, for your intimate areas, underarms, like you can use these interchangeably. The only difference is how they dispense. So with Lumi, this is what it looks like. They suggested kind of dispensing it, putting it on your finger, and then spreading it around. So this has more of a sticky texture, and then you just rub it on your underarms and get it to a nice coating. Now this definitely felt a lot better than the Primal Pit Paste. It was a lot more soothing for my underarms. However, one thing with Lumi is that it's kind of like a lifestyle change. And what I mean by that is that if you have items of clothing that while you're using Lumi, and you notice that you still have an odor when you sweat, what they recommend is you getting the detergent called Persil and kind of like making a water solution with that detergent and then spraying it in those areas, because Persil is an enzyme-based detergent. It kind of like breaks down the oils and proteins and just like product buildup that is in your items of clothing. And then another thing that they suggest is if that doesn't work and you've had that item of clothing for a while, then it may be time to throw it out, which I mean, it makes sense, but it just means that yes, this does work, but you kind of need to have like a clean base in your clothing in order for this to work. Like your clothing cannot have any deodorant residue or anything like that, otherwise this will 100% fail you like it did me. All it took for me was one day and I was done. I did do the research, and then on the weekend I tried Persil. I washed a few items of clothing that I had bought like within a year, and I sprayed the Persil in it, washed them, and still this deodorant was not giving me the protection that I needed. So that's when I just decided maybe the natural route is not for me. So because I was going through the natural deodorant route where my sweat glands were trying to detox and all of that, and the natural deodorants weren't giving me the protection that I needed, I just decided to quit the natural deodorant route. So I decided to try a clinical strength deodorant, and the one that I tried was the Secret Clinical Strength, and this is the Invisible Solid and Clean Lavender scent. Now I did make the decision to no longer try the natural deodorant route, and I just wanted protection through like hot summer days or things like that. So that's why I did decide to go with the Clinical Strength. So the first one that I bought for Secret Clinical Strength was the Invisible Solid, and this worked really well. But then I discovered the Soft Solid, and this comes in two different sizes, the 1.6 ounce and the 2.6 ounce, which you get about 60% more product. So it claims on the box. So I noticed that I really liked the consistency of the Soft Solid a lot more than the Invisible Solid. So now the Soft Solid is all I swear by. It's all I use, and it provides me like just the right amount of protection. Like I can go through a hot summer day where it's humid out, I'm sweating, I can be out all day long, and when I get back home, I don't have like any odor, I'm not sweating in my underarms, and it really does provide great protection. So when you dispense these Secret Clinical deodorant, this is how it dispenses it. It does it kind of like in clicks, and that's how it comes out, and I'll show you guys. So I kind of like rub it in like that, and it doesn't usually set for like a few minutes, so I just rub it in like this. Sometimes this is what it looks like when I first apply it, and then I just go about my routine of getting dressed and getting ready, and then by the time I'm done with that, it's pretty much absorbed into my skin. So Secret Clinical Strength is absolutely my holy grail, and this is the only deodorant that I now use year round because it does provide that protection in the summer when I need it the most. And I love the smell of it. This one, it doesn't really have a scent, it just says waterproof. And I have tried it when I have gone either like to a pool or a water park, and I still have that protection. So this is the deodorant that I absolutely swear by. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed my video. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Bye. I'm not so